Hey boys, and welcome to BenJ's Battle Guide. Everything I say here is going to be my personal opinion, and you are free to put your own opinions down in the comments. Let's try and make people better at this game and ultimately get good, because I'm getting a bit bored of easy fights. Right, first I'm going to go through the current weapons in the game. This is pre-iron, so we're going to be looking at these weapons here mainly, and also the big old sling blade and short mallet blade. So, sling blade, everyone's best friend it seems. It's probably one of the best weapons at the moment, due to obviously its speed, although most one-handers are faster than it, believe it or not. It has got insane damage, probably due to the 20% flat penetration, and it can be spammed, which is why the Zergs love it, and everyone loves it in general. Paddleblade Staff, probably still my favourite weapon, and one that I've used a lot, although I've recently switched to the Sling Blade. Paddleblade Staff is the best to manipulate and break animations. It easily has the most broken feints in the game, and if you know what you're doing, you can smack people up with this all day long. It's great for 1v1s, but I've noticed lately that it's a bit too slow for group fights and does too little damage. It feels like you're soft spotting people, and if you get rushed with two guys with one-handers, you're pretty much dead, although it obviously can be outplayed and avoided. However, I find the Sling Blade a lot easier to use. Mallet Blade. Mallet Blade is a great weapon, short mallet blade. It's got the most penetration right now, and it is probably faster than the Sling Blade, due to it being a one-hander. It's good for onboard combat when you're on the enemy's ships and for 1v1s. And it can also be really hard to read if you do the right mix-ups, due to it being so small in the hand. So, Mallet Blade, great weapon. Personally, I'd be running Sling Blade Mallet Blade, or Paddle Blade Quarterstaff and a Mallet Blade. Hammers, kind of useless right now, just because they're so slow, and the length kind of messes you up on ships, and I think it's shorter than the overheads of the Paddle Blade, so there's not really much point, to be honest. Maybe later game they're going to be better, although I doubt it, due to that 5% penetration and still quite slow speed. I imagine these quarterstaffs are going to be a lot better, and also I'm looking forward to seeing how the decapitator plays. Well, I think these one-handers will be used a lot more. And I'm also going to mention the Bone Spike Sword. Great weapon. It's dirt cheap, and it's probably one of the best cheap weapons in the game. It's got good enough range to group fight in. It's got good penetration, 21%, and it's faster than the Sling Blade, I would say. So yeah, good damage, a very fast speed. Just all-round good weapon to stock up on. I'll touch lightly on armor. Right now, people are running the Foresters or the Brittlebone. Occasionally, you'll see Cloaked Rupu Fur, Baskwood. People like all sorts of armor. I mean, armor doesn't really matter too much in the grand scheme of things. Just block, don't get hit. The armor doesn't matter, right? But nah, in all seriousness, Brittlebone is probably the way to go. And then Carapace and the Cloak. Cloak is great. Cloak is a must-have, because nothing else is offering head protection right now. So, Cloaks are great. They break really quick though. I also don't tend to notice the speed reduction too much, but I will touch on movement speed a bit later on in the video. Alright, stats. As you can see, I'm only level 47, leave me alone. But health and damage. This is a bad setup right now. From now on, every other point I get is going straight into health. Health is probably better than damage, but this is what I'm at right now. You'll notice I have a little bit of stamina, That's for grappling, running, swinging. It's just nice to have a bit under your belt. But yeah, 20 damage, the rest in health, and a tiny bit of stam. You'll notice I have no movement. This is arguable, because movement can be good to get around the battlefield, run away, etc, etc. But in a raw fight, if you're standing and holding your ground, movement is useless due to the grapple. The grapple just mitigates any benefit of movement at all. Right, so I've stolen 2 of my clanmates to help me demonstrate some combat ability, I suppose. First of all, I'll go through the types of player that you might go up against. Right now, most of the player base has resolved to spamming left click, especially with the Sing Blade, this one-handed bone sword, and the raw bone hand axes. They will just run up to you and spam left click while they gank you with 3 or 4 of their buddies. The other player is the safe player. Whenever you try run up to them, they will just back up constantly and keep their distance, wait for their friends to come. You can't really get too close to them unless you fully run up. But even then, they might just grapple away. And then you have good players. They're the ones you have to watch out for in the crowd, because they will catch you by surprise amidst all the spammers. Right, 1v1. First of all, before you even start fighting, turn off fluid blocking. It's just so nice to be able to block in a direction and move in the opposite direction, and vice versa. It lets you get around your opponent and make them have to turn around with their mouse. This is called hugging, when you're on your opponent and you're just moving around them as you're attacking. It forces them to move their camera and can really disorientate them. Right, feinting is a big one. That's just cancelling your attack, obviously. A basic feint I like to do is to hold your attack, run up to someone, pretend to swing, cancel, and then just do a light swing. So you're holding, you move up, cancel, and just swing again. That will get most people that aren't great. I'll go back to the paddle blade. This thing is the best at feinting. You can really break some of these animations and get away with some dirty feints. Same with jump attacks. If you jump, turn around, and swing, you can really mess up some people. Spacing is a big one. When you're fighting someone, you want to be just outside of their attack range. When you're attacking, you move forwards. When you're defending, you generally move backwards. Or if you're an aggressive player, you're just always on top of them. But keep your distance and outrange your opponent. Blocking muscle memory. You need to learn to block without thinking about it. And that is just practice, practice, practice. There's no other way around it. You can excel attacks by moving into them. And you can slow them down by moving away. Generally, when you're 1v1ing, if you get a hit in on someone, swing again. For example, I'll go back to the left click spammers if Cal gets out his sword. If I hit him and he immediately tries to hit me and I just swing again, I will hit him before he hits me. So if I hit him, he tries to swing, I will get the hit in. So if you get hit, block. And the only way they can get out of that is by moving away from you and creating distance. So always be ready to block mid-attack. Kicking. People like kicking, people hate kicking. Fly kicks are kind of fun to do, but you don't gain much out of them. And there's not really a drawback to fighting on no stam right now, so I don't tend to bother with them too much. But yeah, that's about it for 1v1s. Let's go on to 1v2ing. So, if I'm fighting Rena and Cal, when I'm fighting them, I want to turn this 1v2 into 2 1v1s. So if they're trying to run up to me, I'm going to go one way. So I'm focusing on Rena right now. If I'm focusing on Rena, the whole time I'm moving this way, Cal's trying to catch up. If I'm fighting him here, Cal's running up. As soon as Cal gets too close to me, I just target switch. Target switching is huge. So focus on one, try and get to the opposite side where his friendly is. So in this case, Cal's on my right, so I'll go to Rena's left. And if you get them in a line like this, if Cal swings, he's going to hit Rena. But yeah, target switch, target switch, target switch. Also holding attacks. If I'm fighting Rena here, I'll hold an attack on Rena, turn, and swing at Cal. That's probably the easiest way to target switch. Especially if you hear his little feet running up behind you. Never be in this situation here, where you've got one at your back and one in front. That is just, you're asking to die. Same with 1v3s, 1v4s, and so on. Just keep your distance, try and turn it into 1v1s, and keep on target switching. They will not expect you to switch targets most of the time. So, if me and Rena are fighting Cal, so if Calucifer is trying to 1v2 me and Rena, subconsciously, me and Rena need to pick a side. So in this case, I'll be on his right, Rena will be on his left. If we keep doing this, there's no way that Rena will accidentally team hit me. Because if you stand still 1 sec. If me and Rena are fighting Cal, and I'm moving this way and swinging at him, Rena's going to hit me. I'm asking for it. So stick to your side and be careful at what swing you choose. Even if I'm all the way on the right and I left swing, I'm still probably going to hit Rena. So I want right swings and overhead swings. And vice versa. It also means if Cal does try running between us, we can just both hit him. There's no way out for Cal. One simple tactic you can do is one of you fights him and the other one just holds the swing. So if Cal and Rena are fighting, I'm just holding the swing, waiting for my opportunity. And if Cal does try and target switch to me, as soon as he target switches to me, I just bang him. That's another thing. When you are group fighting, expect the enemy to target switch. Always be ready to block, no matter what. As far as general group fights go, 2v1 maximum. If there is a third person in the fight, you want to stay back, look for easy pickings, or just stand back and grapple to stop the enemy from running. Go and find another fight. If you run up to a 2v1, go and find a different fight. Help out your other friendlies. Another big thing, never ever die. Water is everything. Respawns are everything. If you're getting low, back up, heal up, and let your allies protect you while doing so. Also defend friendlies that are healing. Hit enemies when they're looting. It's the best way to hit enemies. They're standing there staring at a loot pile. You come up, big charge swing, bang, half their health, gone. Easy pickings all day. Stick together. Choose smart fights. Don't go into stupid fights. Pick easy fights, take them out in small groups, and get out. And deny all weapons on the floor. When you're looting, don't spend ages looking through everything. Hold F or take the weapons and move on. So, what I'm going to quickly do here is just look through some combat footage that I recently got against our war with Polish Vodka the other day. So right here you can see it starts as a little 1v1, and because I get a hit in, I just keep hitting, and because he's trying to spam left click, he goes down. Here you're going to see me play absolutely ass and get smacked. Again, the guy's just left clicking and doesn't even know where he's looking, so completely unpredictable. You see my allies protecting me while I heal. This is what you want to be doing to your friendlies. Let them heal up. Again, me and my friendly switched out. He's actually got himself caught there, which is what you do not want to do. Again, 1v2. Again, protecting my friendly. Saw my friendly was having issues, went in. Friendly gets to run away, potentially heal up. Target switch. Saw the guy running up, went for the target switch. Again, I get a hit in, I hit again, he's down. You can see here, just constantly target switching. Realize that this guy's going to try go for my down friendly. Easy kill for me. Blocking, target switching. Go in for the easy kills, switching targets. Again, every time I get hit, I'm swinging again. He's trying to spam click me, he dies. Again, target switch. See that guy running up on me, and I'm dead. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap that video up here. I hope that little clip demonstrated how broken the Sling Blade currently is. You're just two-shotting people from a not even charged heavy attack. As for the video, I hope you've learnt something. I hope it can help you improve your PvP and make group fights a bit more interesting rather than just a big mosh pit of left-click spamming. Feel free to leave any advice or questions down in the comments. I will respond to pretty much all of them. And yeah, I'll be happy to answer any questions. Have a good one and get good.